So, hello and welcome to Greenwood Adventures. Today we're gonna start our journey from Mailbox, and we're gonna walk through from here, from the Mailbox towards the Northbrook street, and we're gonna do our usual litter picking adventure. So I really wanted to do it from here, mainly because I just wanted to check just what is the situation post Halloween. So I'm just going to set myself up, pull out my weapon of justice, and preload myself with one bag. So today we're going to be using green bags. I did bought myself the white bags, but since I have preloaded myself with these green bags, so we're gonna have to use them up too. And they are also 30 liters, but unfortunately these bags are wide, unlike the white ones that we have. So my mission today is to give some people a cultural shock, mainly because obviously littering in Birmingham is a huge problem. Hopefully things will be not as dirty, but we'll see how it goes. Alright. So of course, obviously our main focus is going to be the water. It seems we're gonna have quite a bit of a litter situation. Quite a hidden amount of loot over this fence. Very not cool. We're gonna do someone a big favor today, it seems. Fishing out a bunch of junk so it wouldn't end up in the canal or somewhere else. Alright. So as you can see, that we just started, and we seem to have quite a chunky litter situation over here. A bunch of beer bottles and whatnot. Alright, so we've fished out already half a bag worth of loot. So now we're just going to move along the canal and see what's the situation over here. Bunch of bits, bunch of plastic crap in here. I'm going to fish it out what we can reach. Seems like the litter situation is pretty much the same all around, no matter where you are. Not sure if I can reach that. Oh, I can. Okay, we pulled out our plastic bag, common stuff. Nothing surprising at this point. And some tissues over here that people just love to dispose in the middle of the street. Quite disgusting. There we go. Nasty indeed. Not the best place to live, honestly, when the whole situation is here that disgusting. Bunch of plastic bits everywhere, some wood chunks. Yeah, there we go. At least we're gonna make some spots a little clean. Oh yeah, not the prettiest sight, honestly.
But I think the weed just makes your brain like a bit more of a...
As you can see, this area over here is a bar street, so we can kind of expect some litter from this area, since, you know, people get drunk and a bunch of stuff might potentially end up in the canal, just like these bottles over here with lots of cigarette packets. Honestly, quite disgusting for a city center to be like that. Yeah, a bunch of wrappings. So it seems like wind has carried a bunch of stuff into this area, but we will try to get rid of as much as possible. That's why leave it over here.
Nobody can naturalize. Yeah, and they're thinking he'll win next year.
Bunch of plastic bits. Disgusting, honestly. There you go. Some gloves or whatnot. Greetings. There you go. At least their path is gonna be a little bit clean. And someone dumped a leak or something like that. No idea. And a bunch of random stuff here and there. Bottles, obviously. So as you can see, this location is a bar zone, so clearly having bar business next to the canal is probably not the best idea. Bunch of hats, so that's probably remains after Halloween. Most likely. So just gonna push it into the bag and we will collect a bunch of crap that doesn't belong here. There you go. Beer cans in the canal. Truly pathetic, and the glass shards. Not the most cleanest place. Seems like the mailbox zone is quite littered to the teeth, so that's very highly unfortunate. So let's see what else can we find. Someone's nail, fake nail, that's huge. That's probably one of the uncommon items. And a bottle of alcohol. Okay. Oh, okay. And unfortunately it started to rain, so if there's gonna be audio clips where the camera sounds like it's getting smacked or something, so I do apologize ahead of time. I didn't expect it to start raining. The sun was shining like for 2 hours, so I was hoping for a fairly nice day. This part looks fairly clean, just bunch of leaves here and there. And I honestly expected today to be quite a littered day. Seems like the area is well, I spoke too soon, but I mean I already have like a full bag, so can't really glaze the city too much, since after all the loot seems to be regenerating. Just grabbing a bunch of plastic pieces. Oh, it stopped raining, so I guess it's just one momentary thing. Fishing bunch of plastic bits that are just a little bit beneath the surface, and yeah, I think I'm gonna have to declare this bag complete, so we're just gonna dispose it right over here. So we have one bag already secured just from 100 meters of walk, so that's quite a disappointment. But that's probably because most of the wind has blown all that junk towards this direction. And like this bit over here that we're gonna quickly secure once we're gonna get the bag open. There we go. Oh, the wind is trying to blow it away. There we go. Piece of paper is secured. It's a bunch of candy wrappers. Very disgusting. Very disappointing. Let's see what else we can fish out. Oh yeah, like you can tell by this state of this plastic, it's been here for a while. No one really bothered to pick it out from the canal, unfortunately. And there's a bunch of paper pieces here, common litter. So yeah, bins everywhere in the zone as well, and people still choose to toss it onto the ground. Don't care. All the adults acting like children. Quite disappointing. Alright, so this is the bridge zone, so there's not gonna be much to pick up. So today is a typical British day. It's windy, cloudy, rain comes and goes. Yeah. Oh, almost missed out on this. Okay, some bit over here, no idea what this is. Some kind of a chunk of something. No idea, but let's move on, because I don't want to waste my day today too much, because obviously my main goal of today is going to be the Summerfield Park, but we're doing this canal walk mainly because loot tends to respawn in this location, and since now the wind is blowing towards our direction, so I'm thinking that this whole shore is going to be packed with a bunch of crap that probably came from different parts of the city. The wind is currently blowing towards our direction, so hopefully most of the crap will swim over here so I could pick it up, because clearly the Canal and River Trust crew doesn't really practice what they preach, unlike me. Well, I practice but don't preach too much, mainly because I can't put my sentences properly together sometimes. And I think it's in general just a lot better to start taking action and do what's possible, you know. So we're just gonna keep moving. I'm pretty sure the exit area of the canal will have quite a bit of a... there we go. Someone fished it out, this stuff, and just left it in here, most likely. Quite a disgusting sight, but at least now we took care of it. And there's a bunch of smaller bits like fishing lead. Is that a fishing lead? Looks like fishing lead. Okay. Not sure why you would like to come here to fish when the fish here probably are mutated or infected with God knows what. And of course there's a lot of these cigarette filter littering everywhere. So yeah, it seems the mailbox area was by far the filthiest. Well, I assume mainly because there's having basically bars next to the canal is probably not the best idea, even though aesthetically it might be cool, but knowing the fact that, you know, people tend to get drunk and then they just start littering because their brains are not as functional anymore. And I just pulled some kind of a piece of cloth that has been stuck here. Oh my god, look at this. This thing has been here for ages, if even the roots got inside the sweater. What the hell? Oh, but it smells nice, like a soil. The smell of soil is good. I genuinely did not expect to find a whole sweater almost buried in the soil. So yeah, that should already tell you just how pathetic people are in this city. Seems like most of the stuff has been fished out. Also need to remember to look at the canal. So now I'm just going to grab a bunch of cigarettes, buds, whatever they're called. Okay, so this zone seems to be fairly clean. Thankfully for us, we're gonna save some time then. Even though my main dream is to come back home with not a single bag filled with litter. That would be probably one of the perfect days. But it seems like we're not gonna have such a thing. Bunch of cigarette buds. Disgusting, disgusting indeed. Biodegradable, my cheeks. So, I'll be honest with you. Today in the morning when I was walking to work, I actually fished out some of the stuff from here. But I'm surprised to see that all of it has been removed from here. I've especially left, so here as you can see this little bit. So I did fish out quite a bit of a stuff and left it over here. But it seems like someone actually came here and collected a bunch of stuff. So hopefully at least maybe someone is doing the work, but unfortunately it's not good enough. Because I think if I hadn't fished out the stuff from the canal and left it on the ground, then all that stuff would have swum somewhere else, remaining uncollected. But who knows? I hope that I am wrong, but sometimes I feel that I am a bit too much right. Okay, clocked in our candy wrap. Disappointing. Okay, so we approached a leafy zone, so you know how that goes. The saying, where there are leaves there should be litter. Not much, surprisingly. Only just 2 bits of plastic, so that's good. And we got some weird water chickens swimming about. So yeah, surprisingly this area is clean so far. Well, but I feel like we will clock in something that doesn't belong here. So we're just gonna collect a bunch of bits that don't fit the scenery. Okay. Oh wow, a huge discovery. That's crazy. A football ball. Even though actually it looks like a volleyball moreover. Mitra. Not sure if it's a good brand, but that's a huge find indeed. Huge find indeed. But we're gonna bag it up. And we pulled out a bottle from a far wall. Yeah, it seems like it's still possible to discover some great loot in this zone. Not sure why the ball was specifically in there, and I just clocked in a can right over here. In the dark I probably would have not spotted it, so that's good. The more we get rid of, the better, because our main goal is to fight back against all this litter. It looks like the gang is turning back after a very short swim. What's the point then, when you can just probably walk here and just return back to the city? Same idea. Okay, we finally approached a spot where there's a bit of a litter, so we're gonna get rid of most of it. And we found ourselves a a tomato. Huge loot indeed. Someone wasted a good potential of food. So the boat passed and managed to move some stuff to us, so that's good. There you go, look at this. Look at the state of this, and you can already tell just how ancient this litter is. Some tissues here and there, and a plastic bag that is slowly floating over here. Oppa! Fished it out. The less for thee, the pleasure for me type situation. And we can now move on. So it seems like we're gonna gather 2 bags worth of loot today from this walk, unfortunately. Last time, which was last Saturday, so basically a week ago, this spot definitely had a lot less loot, but at least you can pretty much see that no matter how hard you're gonna try, there's always going to be some content to collect, some surprises left in the bushes, but that doesn't let me to get demotivated, honestly, because the thing is, if the more are gonna do it, the more people are gonna see it, so maybe there's potential for some people then start taking action, and then, you know, this whole thing can just become bigger and bigger, and eventually maybe we will achieve the final state of being absolutely clean in this cursed city. Okay, so we're gonna pull out a bunch of stuff from the bushes. So yeah, vape products seems to be very common loot in this area, and just some bits from the canal. So you just pour this content out. Not sure what it is inside. And of course, where are there leaves, there will be litter. So let's just play the eye test and let's spot the litter. So I'm just going to try to angle the camera the right way, so you wouldn't just see only my stomach, and seems like we can't reach certain things, but look at this. Huh, that's crazy. We spotted ourselves a coconut. Out of all things, a coconut. But seems like this one has a hole, so someone drilled it, drank the water from inside and tossed it away. How pathetic is that? Just branches or bone, no idea. I'm gonna take it anyway. So yeah, as you can see, this area is fairly disgusting. So let me check if it's hiding something underneath the leaves. Nothing too special. So just a bunch of small bits, thankfully. But a coconut pull is indeed strange. Let's see what else can we spot in this area. Just some caps. Leaves. in someone's package. Abba. Looks like this spot doesn't contain as much loot as the BCU towards arena route, which is good, but unfortunately it still contains something instead of nothing. It's still not good enough. Bunch of smaller bits here and there. Now we clocked something disgusting, if we're gonna make it there in time. So it seems like there's some litter right around this grove over here. So we're gonna take exactly some bottles. Oh no, it looked like some, oh, it's a bandage. Okay, it looked like it was shaped to, what is this? That's one black chestnut. Okay, so the bandage that did look like a tampon, so I got quite scared that something like that managed to end up in the canal. Okay, so train's making the train noises. Let's see what's going on over here. Nothing much, so we're just gonna move on towards the exit. Just gonna snatch a bunch of small bits. Not sure what this is, but we're gonna grab it. Okay, so we approached another leafed up zone, and of course, as usual, where there are leaves there will be litter, and no way. We just got ourselves another coconut. What is wrong with people? Second coconut. How can coconuts end up in this canal? I generally don't understand. This is so odd, honestly. Okay, so there's a bunch of bits in the middle, but unfortunately the wind is not blowing anything towards the shore, so I don't think we'll be able to reach half of the stuff in here. Bunch of bottle caps. Oh, I dropped it back inside. Chips bag. Common stuff indeed. Bunch of plastic bits. And some bags. And no way, there's more coconuts. What the hell is going on with this place? There is no branch that I could pick up to reach it, unfortunately. Hold on, let me check. There's some branches over here actually. This one is too short. This one's short. This one is curved. Oh, and this one is just two small bits. But yeah, too short again. Some bunch of plastic bits. Lots of plastic bits indeed in here. Quite disappointing indeed. Okay. Alright, so I got myself a bigger branch. So we're gonna use big brain maneuver and just clamp it on here. Hold it tight. And then pull this coconut closer to us. Just like that. There we go. So yeah, a third coconut pull. I have no idea. A third coconut. Very, very odd loot today. Very odd indeed. A bunch of plastic and a whole bag, because why not toss the whole bag in the canal, which probably ended up blown by the wind in here, most likely. But the bottles, no, they definitely were thrown in. Okay, I just splashed myself and I spotted some weird balls on the leaf. Look at this. Look at this weird thing. These things are glued to the leaf. No idea what's that all about. And all things, it seems that they started to swim away from here. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, so we got a bunch of bits, bunch of plastic bits. Damn, didn't expect this canal today to have so much loot, and my bag just ripped, unfortunately, because it has quite a good amount of heavy stuff in there now. And yeah, look at that, a bottle. And it seems like that's it from this node. So yeah, strange. 3 coconuts in this canal. That's really weird. No idea how they end up in here, but they did. This one is probably from the canal, so we're gonna move it to the side. Just clocked in some weird stuff dropped over here. This some plastic weird bit. I hope it's not what it is for. Don't want to make any weird suggestions, but it looks like it's for it. And there's a lot of litter in this little garden for whatever reason. Truly pathetic of the people. Very, very pathetic indeed. And my bag is getting quite heavy now. Seems like these bags are not as sturdy as the wild ones, but we'll try to work with them. Okay, stuff has been collected from here now, and we're gonna bring this bag further. Fortunately, after this I'm going to hit a shower pretty hard, so I'm not worried about getting myself dirty, since it's also my work outfit anyways, so it can be ripped for all that I care if it comes to it. It's a bunch of weed bags again. Truly pathetic. They really think that tossing a small bit won't gonna affect much, but the problem is it actually will. And we pulled a lighter, probably broken. I think I'm just gonna start categorizing them as common loot, since the gray loot doesn't fit the lighters. And it seems that this canal has some chestnuts, a bunch of plastic bits, and some ducks swimming in the bushes. Looks like we're approaching the deposit zone, and with that deposit zone we're gonna complete this route. Lots of leaves in this area, but from here I can see that at least this area is fairly clean. How is it over there? Is it this bad? So, seems like the canals ahead are not as dirty. Maybe because it's just more nature part. But we still can clock in bits here and there. So yeah, I can't believe that we pulled out 3 coconuts today. No way. No way. Speaking of coconuts, Okay. Speaking of damn coconuts, we just pulled that fourth one. What is going on today? What is happening? Coconut day today, I guess. I hate these plastic things. Polytens, no idea what they are. These bubble plastic shits. Annoying to deal with. But yeah, 4 coconuts. What is going on? Oh, some weird litter over here. This bag is getting extremely heavy right now. So yeah, for now, oh wow, it's more disgusting than I thought. Now I'm not sure if you can see up over there, but there's like a beddings or something like that going on over there. But if tomorrow the weather will be nice, then I'm actually going to start doing this slope over here, because it's really getting annoying to see all this junk just dumped, and all that junk eventually ending up in the canal over here. So I think tomorrow, so today we're gonna deal with the Summerfield Park, and then tomorrow, if things are gonna go well, we're gonna come here and do this damn slope. It looks like we got ourselves first driftwood canal version. So yeah, plastic here and there. Seems like the situation in the canals is never gonna get better. For some reason. And here's some junk that I pulled out today in the morning when I walked here. So this is all me. So, but we will get rid of this. And some bird is tweaking out right now. This bit of plastic does not want to get inside the bag. But too bad, he have nowhere else to go but to inside the bag. Yeah, okay, my bag is getting extremely heavy, so I'm just going to deposit right over here. And seems like this bin has been filled with stuff, since there's lots of paper for some reason on the ground. I guess someone just came here to dump their homework and declare it missing. It's really strange. But at least now we can secure this bag and declare this zone, this walk, complete. So yeah, as you can see, the canal, no matter how many days will pass, it's always going to be dirty. There you go. So 2 bags today, not too bad. A battery as well. That's, I don't know what to categorize it as, but we're gonna leave it on top of the thing. Fish out small bits again. And yeah, so now we're gonna head to the Summerfield Park again, because I have spotted a different spot that we were going to do today. So if you enjoyed this canal walk, like, comment, share, probably subscribe, whatnot, and don't let these people do these nasty things like this. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.